Brea, good night. Political leader and Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Mr. Franklin Khan, Mr. Stephen McClatchy, candidate for Brea, Ms. Solange D'Souza, candidate for Faizabad, Party Vice Chairman, Mr. Robert Lee Hunt, and other officers of the movement, Deputy Political Leader, Ms. Joan Yule Williams, Minister of Housing, Mr. Edmund Dillon, all local government candidates, constituency executives from both Brea and Point Fortin, PNM family, listeners, well-wishers, good night. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to begin by expressing thanks to the political leader of the People's National Movement and the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and our screening committee for selecting me as the PNM standard bearer in the Point Fortin constituency. You see, I am a proud country boy. I was born and raised in Point Fortin, where I still reside to this day. My deceased father, God rest his soul, was my personal teacher, and he instilled in me and all of his children, biological and otherwise, the old-fashioned values of courtesy, respect, and appreciation. So this evening, I say thanks for the opportunity to serve. And as I complete my brief tenure as mayor of Point Fortin, I also want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve in that capacity as well. But I've been called to a duty of a slightly different nature. And as your parliament representative in waiting, I graciously accept my new role as the next member of parliament for Point Fortin. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and distinction of being the youngest person to serve as mayor of Point Fortin thus far. And I will also hold the record as the shortest serving mayor. But I can assure you that in just 8 months, the borough of Point Fortin and this council made some significant steps. And I feel honored to be associated with these developments. Allow me to share one aspect of the Borough Corporation's experience with you. I began my tenure as mayor powered by enthusiasm and energy and youthful and vibrant nature. But I was very thankful to previous mayors and councils for laying the ground on which I stood. I lead a young, vibrant team, so from day one, I was full of optimism about what we could achieve as a council. But I tempered my expectations with the experience of the 3 previous terms as a councillor. So there is a sense of sobriety and reality amidst my optimism and enthusiasm as a new mayor. Thank God for sober, realistic heads, because just like that, out of the blue, came something that we now know as COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, just as the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Health, we too in Point Fortin had no previous episode to use as a reference. There was nothing to take pattern from, there was no COVID-19 manual, and even the experts were treading very carefully, rewriting the scripts as they went along. Now, we all know Point Fortin Borough Day is big news. Pan on the Move is an international festival, and we were planning to make this year's celebration the biggest and most spectacular ever. Then came COVID-19. This evening, I have to say thank God for my political formation under the successive PNM mayors at the Point Fortin Borough Council. This evening, I have to say thank God for the competence and strong political will displayed by the PNM Minister of Health, Honorable Terence Dial Singh. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, I salute the sober judgment and inspirational leadership of our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley. See that, friends, that is the PNM's legacy and tradition of responsible conduct, both in central and local government. And that is the platform that allowed me as a young mayor to meet and treat with the challenges of COVID-19 head-on in the midst of planning for Borough Day 2020. That is what defines the PNM and what distinguishes me and all other PNM candidates in this election. Honorable Prime Minister, you have told the nation, and by extension the world, that the next PNM government will pursue full digitization of this economy. And as a sitting mayor of the Point 14 borough, I can identify with that. But permit me to refer to the Bible to illustrate my point. The Bible tells us in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 16, that the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the calf and the lion and the fattened calf together, and a little child shall lead them. Prime Minister, as we expected, the wolves, lions, leopards in the political vineyard have already started to have their say about the PNM's plans. But as the little child in the new PNM government that will be elected next Monday, August the 10th, I want to report that I come from a place called Point 14. And in Point 14, this little child has already led the Point 14 Borough Council in launching a project to transform the borough into a cashless and digital borough. Yes, Prime Minister, this political child, this PNM child, is proud to report that the Burgesses of Point 14 are already benefiting from the digitization of the public service because of the borough's cashless initiative led by this little child. Honorable Prime Minister, on behalf of the people of Point 14 and the entire Southwest Peninsula, I stand here this evening to publicly say thank you and the government of Trinidad and Tobago for so vigorously pursuing the completion of the highway project to Point 14. It's a matter of public record that the highway had come to a screeching halt under the last UNC administration. But our PNM government resurrected the project and now is proceeding with pace like Joel Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be aware that the borough of Point 14 is currently celebrating 40 years this year. Yes, we are 40 years old. And as we contemplate our future, we identify connectivity as a key factor going forward. We see the impending completion of the highway connecting us to San Fernando as a major development. This will open us the entire southwestern tip of the island in the same way that the highway from Valencia to Toco will open up the northeast. And as we await completion of the highway, we prepare ourselves to welcome all and sundry. And the one thing that everyone should know about us is that we are a very hospitable people. So we welcome all of Trinidad and Tobago to Point 14. Come and do business, come and experience our culture, come and shop, come for sports, come for recreation. Point 14 is open for business, and the highway will further stimulate the business environment in this part of the country, thanks to our Prime Minister and our government and the People's National Movement. Honorable Prime Minister, as the next Member of Parliament for Point 14, I've been consulting with the constituents, and I am now in a position to say that I have a good understanding of what is required to take this constituency forward. For instance, we have developed plans in education, sports and culture, infrastructure, agriculture, entrepreneurship, and technology. In education, for example, constituents are looking forward to the completion of the Fanny Village and Chatham government schools. And I say completion because under this PNM government, it was started and it is progressing well. The people have also called for the reintroduction of the YTEP, NESE, and other skills training programs. And I have given my word that I will pursue these matters with the relevant agencies in the next PNM government. I am also committed to developing youth business and entrepreneurship through a full menu of services ranging from financial support to mentorship programs to market development. And of course, this will be done through collaboration with both the state and private sector agency. Sports and cultural tourism will not be forgotten. We already have Borough Day as a signature event, as we have Clifton Hill, Granville, Chatham, San Quentin, Cedros, and Columbus Bay all are beautiful beaches ripe for development. This is a solid foundation for turning the Southwestern Peninsula into a local tourism hub. This will energize communities, create business opportunities, and inspire growth and development in Point Fortin constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, as we count down the days to August 10th, I can declare without fear of contradiction that Point Fortin will be in good hands. Point Fortin has an unshakable tradition of loyalty and an unquestionable record of bringing home this constituency for the People's National Movement. And on August 10th, we will all once again join with the winning PNM team led by our political leader and Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley. And on election night, after we signed our name with golden pens throughout the constituency of Point Fortin, from Guapo to Icacos, we shall all acclaim, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we have prevailed.